Okay, one of the things I like this bike. If you see my previous video, it tells you how much I love this bike. But one of the things it didn't have was a throttle lock, okay, like a cruise control. So I looked on, I think, Twisted Throttle or Touratech or someone like that, and they had this thing, this kind of thing that I think fits in here or fits on there. And I think it fits in here, some sort of lever thing, and you basically screwed it, and it put pressure on the twist grip and stopped it from moving. But it was like 110 bucks, and I'm like, screw that. So if you go to eBay, like $34.95 including shipping, buys you one of these throttle locks. Just Google throttle lock, okay? And what it is you have this ring that goes around the twist grip, and it grips with a rubber grip here, and it grips onto the twist grip, and then you have this clamp, this metal clamp here. See that silvery ring? And what you do is when you press this down, it puts tension on that ring and it grips the lock, and the throttle doesn't move, okay? And then you flick it off, throttle goes back to its normal position. Now, easy to mount on regular bikes, but unfortunately on this bike you don't have the handlebar space. The switch is very bulky, and then you've immediately got the clamp for the master cylinder behind the switch. So usually what you have is you have this arm to keep the whole thing rigid, and then you have a round clamp that goes over the handlebar. No room for this on this bike. So here's what I did. This is the clamp that holds on the mirror mount and the master cylinder. So I drilled a hole, 4.1 millimeters I think it was, and used an M5 tap and tapped a hole about 15 millimeters deep, M5, okay, and that's to attach the arm. I also had to file off these little tangs here just so they'd go in between that gap between the mirror mount and the switch, okay. So I did that, and then what I did just to keep the whole thing steady was I basically drilled a very small hole through here and put a self tapper in there. I would use a black one if I could find one, but I couldn't, so I just used a shitty silver screw. And so the whole thing's nice and rigid, nice and firm. So basically that's probably an hour to fit. And look, if you're going to drill holes in your bike, make sure you measure first. Don't just drill them and then think about it afterwards like I used to do, but I don't anymore. So this is a $35 and 1 hour fitting alternative to paying 110 bucks for whatever that thing is that they sell on, that Touratech sell or Twisted Throttle sell or whoever else sell it, and it works fine. It's great, and it just means you don't have to be hanging off the throttle on long journeys. Just clip it on and you just plod along. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with people, because like I say, I think $110 for a throttle lock for this is ridiculous. Alright, see ya.